Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. You started like that.
Welcome back to the Yellow Green Podcast. This is episode 3, coming at you live, 11:53, the night before I have to go to work in the morning.
You look, you said you were down for this, all right?
It is currently December 18th, 7 minutes away from being December 19th.
What he's fucking documenting it in full detail. Bro,
So what's up with
please.
you?
Bro, for me, I've been thinking a lot about the FGC.
Oh
Like
yeah?
it's like fighting games in general, yeah.
What prompted
I
this?
I woke up and I went through my catalog. I noticed that there's a lot of fighting games that I paid full price for, and out of that I got like a half water story mode, a training mode, arcade, and then that's it. Like I paid $60 for
They
that.
don't make them
Like
like they used to, brother.
I guess like there's not a lot to justify, and the price is going up to $70, right, for next gen shit.
That's true. That is true. But I don't know. I don't really know how it works with like backwards compatibility shit because a lot of stuff that releases multiplat, like PS4
Hmm.
and PS5 situations, they're
Yeah,
usually not $70. It's usually stuff that's like PS5 first and then like expands to other shit later on, you know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
That stuff is
That is
usually
true.
$70, which I'm
Even then,
assuming Tekken 8 and Street
Street
Fighter
Fighter Six.
6, which are like the next two big things, are gonna be um PS5
Well,
only situation.
yeah, I mean, I gotta be real with you, dude. Even with that in mind, $70 is a lot of money to like to stomach for me, at least for me personally, bro.
That is a lot of
Like
money.
$60, you're like, all right, it's closer to half $100 than it is to $100. $70, bro, that's $100. I you can't change you can't change my mind. I'm paying damn near $100 for a game that might only have like three modes, bro.
Yeesh.
I I think it wouldn't be as much of a problem either if like the online scene wasn't so quick to die in fighting games. You know what I mean? You got like a month of solid like online matches, and then after that, it's up to the win. Like it's
You know
50
what it
50.
is? I think it's really just like the clinical online culture.
You think so?
I think it's corrupting the FGC a little bit in good ways and bad ways, right?
Okay, you have to
Because
elaborate.
well, in good ways, right? Because there's more eyes on things. Of course, things
True.
like projects get more funding and notoriety just because there's more people looking at it. Like there's more access to the FGC now than there ever was. That's true,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
However, I think some of the internet's attention span is a little bit corrosive to the FGC because when you go back and you think about like the games that are popular now that have always been popular, especially within a franchise like Guilty Gear Accent Core,
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Street Fighter Third Strike, stuff like that.
Hmm.
I feel like games like that aren't really coming out. Like there's the game that people play like Melee, and then there's the newest game like Ultimate. And it's hard for me to say whether or not um these new games are ones that will also be like the next Melee, you know what I mean? Like how long into the future will people play Smash Ultimate? I don't know. It really depends on the next game in the series for any given franchise, and it depends on the internet's willingness to let go of the previous entry and get into the new one.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I mean, you never know whether you should even invest your time in like a fighting game if it's not even gonna last that long. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's a huge like barrier of entry. And don't get me wrong, like lots of fighting games are trying to like remedy that, but if I come home after working like a 9 to 5 and getting shit on by my boss and coworkers, and then I hop online and get shit on by some 12-year-old, ain't no way,
I
man.
know the feeling. It definitely feels like that in other games outside of FGC.
What game? I mean, okay, you have a unique perspective because you personally don't like playing fighting games online, right?
Yeah, so the difference between like I play a lot of multiplayer games, probably more than I play single player games. Not this past year, but throughout my life I've probably played more multiplayer games than single player.
Hmm.
But I usually utilize multiplayer games as a way to access friendship. Like I would never solo queue League, but I'll play some League with friends any day. You know what I mean? I
Ah,
would
I see what you
never the conundrum that I have with fighting games, because they are my favorite games,
mean. Hmm.
is that there's no physical way for me to play a fighting game with friends like without being against them.
Yeah, so there's always gonna be a loser, no matter what you do.
Right. And so
Someone has to lose.
in order for me to like just play without antagonizing my friends, I have to play by myself against random people. And that doesn't sound really fun to me, because like the fun part about fighting games is chilling with your friends.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're trying to get out of it. You're more like I think the term is like orientated, but like obviously for you the community is like your friends. I think people who are more like achievement or like competition orientated,
Right.
uh like they I'm sure some of them play fighting games with their friends, but that's like not the main
I
purpose.
think I would be like that if I wasn't so fucking lazy. I'm being so dead ass. Like,
You're being dead ass, like
yeah, like I heavily considered grinding out DBFZ, Dragon Ball Fighters, for
yeah,
those that don't know. Um
the fucking squares, the
and
plebs.
and I did not, in my head I'm like, okay, what is the benefit of grinding this out? I could be really good at the game and have a lot of fun
Yes,
doing it. But the
yes.
problem there is that as soon as I do that, it is no longer fun to play with my friends at all.
Oh, dude, you have to have the right friend group, and it can't just be like two people out of the friend group. I think the magic number is three. Like if you have a group of four people or five people, at least three of them needs to have the same attitude of wanting to grind out the game for you to be able to do that and enjoy it. If it's just two, then and the other people cannot be bothered, then it turns into like no one wants to play with you
I think
except for the one other dude.
I think naturally, if there's more than one person that's really good at a game within a friend group, it
Yeah,
naturally heightens all of the other people's skill levels by default.
it does. Oh, as long as they if you're the type of person to rage quit and then like throw your controller and like break it to 1,000 pieces and never touch a game again, that's you can't do much for that. But
It used to be that way. I definitely used to be that way. I'm not really that way anymore.
wait, what changed though?
I think as you get older, you just realize that that shit is kind of weird.
Or as you get older, bro, there's 45-year-old grown men you still
I know what you're
use.
saying, but I think those people just don't have the self-reflection skills that are needed within to be like socially accepted.
I see.
Like there's people who pop off in Smash, and
Yeah.
the only time that you'll hear about those people, like Kira Flax and shit
Hmm.
in the Smash community, the only time that you'll hear about them is when they're in a fucking cringe compilation. Like
That's true.
it's I don't you
Oh
don't
man.
want to be that guy. You don't want to be the guy in a cringe compilation that's getting laughed at and not like laughed with. I would rather be like a streamer that's making a funny clip in a game like Tyler One than being
Yeah.
someone who's like getting so mad at the game that other people laugh at it.
What was what was the dude, the Smash player who had an anti pop off with HBox? Do you remember his name? I
Anti
don't know the
pop
full
off.
situation.
I
Yeah,
know
like
what
he
you're talking
lost the
about.
set. You know what I'm talking about?
So
Dude, homie lost the set and then popped up.
it's okay. So for those that don't know, HBox is a popular Smash Brothers player, mostly known for playing Smash Brothers Melee, and he's known
Chad.
for popping off really hard when anything happens, like in his favor. And
Yeah.
so essentially, there was one time where he won a set and he was about to pop off, and this other dude popped off in his face as he lost. And it kind of like canceled out the mojo, weirdly enough.
It looked so cringy because like the only video I've seen of it is like HBox wearing like shades or sunglasses indoors, and the dude's
Right.
like fucking
Well, it's funny.
primate jumping up and down in front of
It's
him.
funny because HBox is known to sometimes like pass out from popping off so hard. And
Pass out?
that dude they're friends actually. That guy
Oh,
that
they're
popped,
friends?
yeah, so that dude
Okay,
actually
okay.
did not have the sauce. He did not have the willpower to pop off like HBox, because if you watch that clip back, you'll see he's like grabbing onto HBox's like muffin top. And it's funny because he popped off so hard, like anti popped off so hard in HBox's face that he almost passed out like standing up.
For a while, the fuck is that?
He,
Dude,
it's fucking crazy.
dude, when people say like I've spoken with because I'm in friend groups with people who are gaming isn't like the main draw of why we're together, right?
Right.
And sometimes esports will come up and I'll hear like I don't get the appeal, you know, from the same people who like watch like pro wrestling every like week.
That makes no
They're like,
sense.
exactly. I'm like, how are you not? How the fuck? Come on, dude.
It's literally just like it's sports. It's like micro sports essentially.
Yeah.
It's like the same people that don't understand why chess is popular. It's like, well, then turn on your brain and you'll get it.
Jesus fucking
And no,
Christ.
like really, like it, there's so much money in the market. Sometimes even more money than in other sports.
No, yeah, like
Like,
dead
how do
ass.
you not get it? It's literally just a sport.
I think it also depends on like the game. I find it hard to get into or to see the appeal of like not League of Legends because I think League gameplay can be enjoyable if you know what's going on, but
Right.
like StarCraft, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'll
there's
watch people.
definitely some games that are not like watchable at all.
Yeah, but like I guess it's just people who play the game, dude. Because like I cannot be me.
But those
It
sports usually aren't very popular. Like the non-watchable games are not very popular outside of the scene that plays them. Like that's the same reason why Overwatch League fell off so hard. Because
Overwatch
people
really fell
were,
off. That
yeah, it
damn,
did. Overwatch League fell off super hard. And it's
damn.
because the game is really fun to like play,
Hmm.
and the people who are into it would watch the games, and at first it was fun, but then the meta got really boring, and also it's hard to follow like an entire game. Like watching 12 people play a first person shooter game is not easy to follow, especially in a game with
Yeah.
abilities and shit, and there's
Hmm.
like colors and shit flashing everywhere. It's like try watching a pro Valorant game. That shit is so hard to watch.
I have tried and I
It's
have given up. I
it's
might
the
just be
exact
stupid, but
reason why Pro Valorant is not popping off right now. Like it won awards at
it
Game of
isn't.
the Year. Like it
Yeah.
won awards at the Game Awards. If also go watch our Game Awards
Yeah,
video.
go watch that, please. Go watch our other videos.
Yeah,
They're enjoyable.
on the other channel, the original Dumbasses channel. Go watch our Game Awards video, and you can see our reactions to a bunch of stuff. But yeah, Valorant got a bunch of awards at the Game Awards, but in my opinion, I don't think the esports is popping off. It's mainly just like streamers that are popping off with Valorant, because it's like a one person thing. Like it's so hard to follow games like that
Yeah.
where it's like ability based first person shooter team games.
Yeah, I get hell. Okay, I'll be real. I'm a little biased. I don't enjoy playing games like that to begin with. So it's already like pretty hard for me to get invested. But I do like watching esports. So I'll hop into like a live stream of like a Valorant tournament, and I'll be fucking lost, dude. Like they'll be switching between different players' perspectives like so fast. I'm like, what's even happening right
Yeah,
now?
I think things like FGC and League are like very, they translate very easily to one's mind. Like FGC, depending on the game, but usually there's like health bars at the top or on the bottom.
Yeah.
One health bar goes down, one person goes off the screen, they lose. It's pretty easy to understand. One guy punching one other guy.
Yeah.
I feel like the same. It's easy to understand like League and Dota in the same way. Like there's two teams, one on each side. It's like if you understand the rules of soccer, you can understand League generally.
I think it's the camera as well. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
camera, the top down.
with League, that top-down camera, like you can at least see a wider field of view. They're like watching like a CS:GO match and like having it
Right.
switch between all these different people, and then doubly so if you don't know like the map. Like if you're not even like aware of how the map is formulated, it's hard for you to put in your mind's eye where everyone is
Mhm.
without extra help. I mean, real. I mean, I guess that's the advantage that FGC has over a lot of games. Is like inherently, it's kind of hard to get lost. Like it's two dudes. Sometimes if it's a tag fire, it's like a couple more dudes, and they're just beating the shit out of each other. And health bar goes down, and guy wins. Like it's very simple.
Right.
I think you hear a lot about like game devs, especially like fighting game devs, not complain, but like emphasize the importance of making the fighting game enjoyable for the layman to watch, like not even to play. You have to play, but like
I
to
think
watch.
I think that's just the direction that all fighting games are kind of going in these days. Because
I agree.
beforehand, like Street Fighter 2
Hmm.
and Marvel 2, those games were not made to be watched. But
Yeah, like that wasn't in their head. I don't
exactly.
think so.
But nevertheless, they're still very interesting to watch. But
Hmm.
now you're moving forward, and things like each game you can see more and more they're catering to an esports audience.
Yeah,
Not only just to
yeah,
players but also to people watching. There's like the skill gap is decreased in a lot of games, for better or for worse, and there's an easier way to understand what's going on in the game for a lot of games. Like I'm sure people would want to watch more Tekken 7 than Tekken 3. Like more normies would want to watch Tekken 7 as opposed to Tekken 3.
1,000%. You know, 1,000%. I think more people want to play Tekken 7 than Tekken 3. That
True.
okay.
But
Let's. I
it's
feel.
okay, wait, hold on. It's surprising though because if you go to like an arcade and you
Mhm.
play Tekken 3 versus Tekken 7, it is so much easier to play Tekken 3 than
It
it is to play
it is.
Tekken
It
7.
is. People shit on. Hold on. Let me make sure we're talking about the same. Tekken 3 is the one where they like experimented a little bit, right? And like changed a lot of the characters like fighting moves. Or
I
am I
don't
thinking of Tekken 4?
I don't know the difference between most of them. I've just played the ones that I've played are 3, 6, and 7, and I know that 3 is super simplistic. There's literally just I'm pretty sure there's only a kick button and a punch button
Okay, no.
and
You're right.
a and a stick.
You're right. Because people Tekken 3 is a lot of fucking fun, dude. Like
It is
it's
fun because of how simple it
simplistic.
is.
Yeah. No. Like legit. I think that's why Strive is so popular. Is they
Guilty
took a
Gear
lot of
Strive for those that
yeah,
don't know.
Guilty Gear Strive for those. I feel like look, if you made it this far,
Well,
I
there might
hope
be there might be like
you're
Smash
right. You're
people
right.
watching that don't know what we're talking about,
You're
or
right.
vice
You're right. I'm
versa.
sorry. I'm sorry, fellow Smasher. But like Guilty Gear Strive, they really like I don't want to say dumbed down, but they simplified a lot of the mechanics and made it a lot more apparent like what was going on. I mean, you play the game like anytime you get a
Right.
counter, the announcer literally slows down the game and shows you what move countered your move. Like
To be honest, I think they extracted a lot of that DNA from Dragon Ball Fighters.
from fighters,
I think
I can see it.
Fighters is kind of revolutionized almost in some ways gaming, like the FGC world for both esports and for like newbies, because I think they went into development with fighters knowing that there would be a lot of people who do not play fighting games, a lot of people who do not play video games in general that might be interested in
Yeah.
playing it. Like I have some family friends that we play Dragon Ball Fighters, and I know those motherfuckers don't be playing video games,
Dude,
but they love Dragon Ball and they play Dragon Ball Fighters because of it, and they're not bad, you know. Like I can play with them and still have fun. Like I don't have to drop sets on purpose.
dude, that's it's funny you mentioned that because like the first time Dragon Ball Fighters came out, I was in New York visiting
Uh,
family, and I shit you not, one of my family members, this 45-year-old, you know, dreads down to like his ankles, Rasta, was playing fighters because he likes Dragon Ball, and that's how that was my first time playing the game. And this motherfucker does not play games, bro. He does not play games. He meditates all day and reads like the Bible or some
I
shit.
believe it.
He's playing fighters because he's like, oh, you know, man, they got the Goku. I got it. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Dude, that game really has like. I wonder, can you attribute a lot of like the growing, like how much the community has grown to games like fighters, where like they take a like pre-existing media and they put it into a fighting game format and they just draw in so much people.
Hmm. Um, there's definitely like other games that have done it, but I don't think any have done it to the success of Fighters for
Yeah.
appealing to so many different kinds of audiences at the same time. I think if I mean this isn't exactly a reference to a franchise based on other media, but if we look at like accessibility towards new players, if we're
Hmm.
comparing games, I think a good example of that is Fighters, obviously, and then a bad example of that is Street Fighter Five. And there's a video out there that's really popular that I would recommend anyone watching, talking about, I don't know exactly what the video is called, but it's something like it's like look up Street Fighter Five skill gap, and there's like a micro documentary where this guy goes over how Street Fighter Five took to issue that a lot of people don't aren't like weren't interested in Street Fighter 4 because of the
Yeah.
difficulty level, and they completely changed that and turned it on its head, and like changed the difficulty by reworking the entire game structure. But the community did not like it, and it did
No,
not
no.
bring it definitely did not bring new people in and work in their favor. Like it didn't do the thing that they wanted it to do. To my knowledge, they essentially made a lot of the characters play very similarly, as well as
Yes.
giving like taking their moveset and like diminishing it by a fuck ton.
It's like, how do I explain this? It's like imagine the whole game, but like a flow chart is just a state of neutral. Like that's like it. Like it's a lot of it does feel like a flow chart. And I know you compare for people who don't know, like the idea of a flow chart is like your game plan or the way you approach to how what moves you pick against your opponent is predetermined to an extent. Like you know if he does this move, you're gonna do this move. And because of that, you lack creativity in the moves that you pick because you rather stick to the flow chart and just do things that you know the work, and it creates a scene where it's not as enjoyable to watch as a game that's way more like free flowing or creative, like Skullgirls or something like that.
Right.
It was super flowcharty, bro, and like I enjoyed the game. I mean, you were there when I picked it up after Evo. Was it this year or was it last year? I don't remember.
I think it was this year. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was this year.
yeah. This year I bought it because it was on sale for like $10 or whatever, and I had a lot of fun. But definitely like 20 hours in, when I was getting to like the rank grind, it was a flowchart. I felt like every situation was a flowchart. So I can I understand people's disdain for that game. I'm hoping that for Street Fighter 6 they really took the complaints to heart and fixed it. It seems like they did because one of the other major complaints was the lack of a single player modes,
Hmm.
and that seems to be like completely remedied from what I've seen from Street Fighter 6.
Mm. I mean,
Do you,
yeah, go ahead.
no, no, you. I no, no, no. I want to, because I don't. Are you even excited for Street Fighter 6? I'm
I
interested in your
am.
opinion because yeah, you
I'm
are. You
actually
are.
really
What about
excited.
it?
Okay, well,
What? Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I don't want to like be the claimer. I don't want to claim this, but I feel like I'm like the Street Fighter guy. Like I grew up playing a fuck ton of Street Fighter with my
Yeah.
sister and by myself, like against computers, because
Oh
back in
God.
the day they didn't have online as
Hmm.
much. But I played a fuck ton of Street Fighter. I even played Street Fighter Cross Tekken, bro. Like that's how much Street Fighter
Bro,
I played.
You're off the goop,
Yeah,
bro. But go ahead,
and
go
I'm
ahead.
like, I love characters from Street Fighter. I read the manga. I have the art book. Like it's I just bought some Street Fighter shoes, bro. Like it's real.
Yo, flash the drip if you
Yeah,
get a chance.
I'll put it
Flash
up
the
on the
drip.
screen. I bought some Ryu Street Fighter X Reebok shoes. They're pretty
Oh, he,
nice.
oh,
I
he's
wanted to
in
buy
it.
the Chun Li shoes, which I'll also put up on the screen, but they were out of my
Yeah.
size. So I,
Oh, you're fucking size 14 feet, bro. That's
they're
on you.
size 13. Okay, chill out.
Yeah,
Um,
but go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, I'm super excited for the new frontier of Street Fighter. I think they're moving back into a direction that the community, you know, wants and
Like,
that I
yeah,
think they deserve at the same time. I think Capcom moving forward, if there's a period where Capcom was like fucking up all their IPs because they wanted to try new shit,
oh my God,
and
yes.
then there's all the fans of pretty much every franchise was like, no, you need to stop doing that. I
Man,
think
yo,
Capcom is taking a lot of return to form, especially with this new Street Fighter game. I think they're moving in a direction that's like will be faithful to fans and will be faithful to the old Street Fighter that everyone loves, like Street Fighter Third Strike, Street Fighter. Well, not a lot of people like Street Fighter 4 for some reason, but like Street Fighter
um,
Third Strike, Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter 2. I think they're going back
to
to
be
that era.
to be fair, when Street Fighter Third Strike came out, not a lot of people liked that game either. In fact, like a lot of people like damn near hated that game
Yeah, but I
because
think that was because
yeah,
it was coming on the toes of Street Fighter 2, and that's like probably the most legendary fighting game of all time.
oh, it's also because like half the character, like the majority of the characters are like new characters.
Yeah.
Like we don't think of them new now, but like most of them were just like made for that game.
I guess that's true.
Like what,
Imagine playing Ultimate, but it had none of the roster from Melee.
right? Like like I would be pressed as
Well,
hell.
playing Ultimate, but it only had like Mario, Link, and Kirby or
I
something
brother,
from Melee.
dude. Speaking of Street Fighter 6,
Yeah.
have you seen the box art
Yes.
that leaked, bro? That is not it,
Well, I'll put it up on the screen. A lot.
motherfucker,
I've seen a lot of
bro.
discourse about this. People are really mad, and I think rightfully so. We don't. Okay,
Hold on,
as a member of the Street Fighter community, we do
hold on,
not
Hunter, Hunter,
need. Okay, go ahead.
Hunter. Look, tell me, bro. Tell me it's not like
I
what?
had to
Like
put that on the screen side by side. So okay, but real talk though. Okay, wait, for any audio listeners, he just put a picture of Popeye, comparing it to the character on the cover of Street Fighter
oh
6.
man,
If you're listening to this on whatever else platform, if we decide to put this on new platforms, go check out the YouTube videos because they're gonna have like visuals and stuff. And I think at one point we're gonna move over to actually doing like full video podcasts.
yeah,
So look
yeah.
out for
As
that.
eventually we will, but
Um, but yeah,
yeah.
as
What
a
were you
member
saying?
of the Street Fighter community, we do not. It doesn't. We don't have to have Ryu. Okay, we don't have to have Chun Li on the
Okay.
cover. It's not necessary. It is preferred, but it's not necessary, okay? But don't do some dumb bullshit like this, okay?
Oh,
First of all, we did not choose Luke as a poster boy. That was all you, Capcom. We
that
don't we
that was
don't like him. We don't claim him. He's a normie and he's kind of stupid.
he's okay. Okay. Hear me out. Okay, Street Fighter 5, Luke definitely. First off, he looked ugly as hell. All right, I'll give it that. But let's not pretend like they're not appealing to a very specific demographic with Luke as a character,
Right.
which is me, is my demographic. He is a someone who trains martial arts but goes home and watches Twitch streams and plays video games all day. That's his whole character,
Yeah,
right?
okay, but that's not I don't think that's very like reflective of his character design. I think
It's not.
I think Capcom usually is in their bag with their designs, but in this case, certified fumble.
Fumble, bro. Like
Foul on the field,
when I
fumble.
look at him, he looks like someone's OC. I had to learn that stuff about like his. I had to learn that stuff about his past by reading his Wikipedia page.
If
He
if
came out with
anything,
the deal-
I think they should have picked a
Who?
character that was like brand new to the series. If they're gonna pick
Brand
somebody,
spanking
because like why would you pick someone that came in the previous game and wasn't even the biggest character in that game? You know what I
I
mean?
don't know if this is official art. I'm gonna stop. This is my last time posting images, but I mean the dude. I don't know. I don't remember his name, but the dude in the yellow jacket.
Uh-huh.
I feel like if you're gonna put someone on the poster, put him on the poster, bro. Like put someone
I
stylish,
think
not him.
that's either Yin or Yun or whatever.
Yeah, him or
I'll put that
Kimberly. I
picture
think
on
her name
screen
is.
too. Um, I is there a Japanese cover that was released?
I don't know. I mean, there probably definitely is, but I don't think it was leaked.
Have
Let me find. Let me
Have you
see.
ever gone through those videos or comparisons where it shows like the Japanese cover and then the EU cover and then the NA cover?
Yes, and 9 times out of 10, we get gimped. Like
Yeah.
us,
Okay,
the
wait. I will
Japanese
say
are
this.
always bizarre.
Almost
Yeah.
every time the EU one is like number three. It's like the EU one is almost always the worst. So if
Wow.
EU, if you're out here listening to this, don't think you're safe. You're not safe.
You just fucking called out an entire continent.
You may take those league tournaments, but you're not safe when it comes to game covers, okay?
Oh yeah, you're definitely not safe. You're definitely not safe. And censorship, bro. Y'all be getting some of the worst crap
Hey, at
on
least
T.
have you seen those panels from Chainsaw Man that are Chinese censorship?
But with the white instead of
Yeah.
the blood,
Yeah.
bro.
So there's a character in the anime Chainsaw Man called Power, and she's a blood demon essentially. Uh, and so in China, in anime in China, they censor blood from turning it
Um.
red to changing it to white. And there's a clip where she's like pouring blood into her mouth, and
Oh,
she's just pouring white liquid into her mouth.
it
It's
was
interesting.
I hate it so much, dude. I hate it so much. Of all the, there was any other color they could have picked,
I
dude?
don't
Like
know.
that. This shit is horrible.
So this is kind of like a complete like U-turn from what we're talking about to something else. It's kind of related because it's still about video games, which I'm
Okay.
assuming 80% of what we talk about on this show will be video games.
All right,
But
we're gonna have a hard political arc coming
aside
next week.
from
Don't worry.
any FGC shit, is there anything on the video game horizon that you're like looking forward to? It could be a game that's teased. It could be a game that has not been teased. It could be a game that you know is gonna come out. It could be a game that you don't know is gonna come out. Literally any game. Like it could be Metroid Prime 4. You know what I mean?
Just fucking
I- Is there anything that you're like looking forward to in the coming year? Because we're 2 weeks away from the new year.
bro. Like honestly, I really, really want to play Final Fantasy 16.
Really.
Like, excuse me, it looks like everything I ever want in a. Oh wait, no. Let me shut the fuck up. Throw that shit in the trash. Let me rewind. I'm looking for Dragon's Dogma 2. Oh my
Ah.
god, bro. Dogma is the type of game where like anytime I see a list and it's on the list, it's always mentioned as like more people should have played this game. This is a cult classic. It's
Uh,
a damn shame. It's bro. I'm telling you, it's sad that he didn't get past the tutorial. You need to play that game. That game's so good. It's Monster Hunter mixed with Devil May Cry mixed with I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's amazing. It's amazing.
uh-huh.
Please stop being a beta cuck.
I don't play any game that has the word dragon in it unless it's followed by the
Huh?
word quest or ball.
Or ball. You're a degenerate. It's a shame. It's a shame. What about you? Since Mr. I don't play anything unless it has balls or quest in front of it.
um, I feel like I'm pretty predictable when it comes to games. I like my anime games. I'm gonna play the One Piece Odyssey game when it comes out. It's a day one release for me easily.
What if it's trash? What if it's like running at
I
24 frames
don't
per
give a
second?
fuck. It's Dragon Quest. It's Dragon Quest One Piece. I'll be okay.
Oh my god.
Apparently
Oh,
they're taking it in like you ever play Dragon Ball Raging Blast?
No,
for
bro. I have never
PS3?
heard of that. No.
Okay, so Dragon Ball Raging Blast is like a PS3 game where they take the situations from previous. They do this in Xenoverse as well, I think. But they take situations from like the story and then they completely change them. Like
Oh
instead
yeah.
of Trunks coming from the future and killing Frieza, Frieza comes from the future and kills Goku, and then Trunks is like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're doing that with the One Piece Odyssey game.
I feel like a lot of writers for the older Dragon Ball games were just fanfic writers who got their chance.
Definitely,
You know,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
like it really feels like that. So I was playing Xenoverse 2 on your recommendation, and I really enjoyed the game, but there was moments where like it goes off the rail with like your OC, like
Hmm.
your OC being the one to like stop Frieza or whatever, or like
Yeah.
Goku getting on his hands and knees sucking you off. I'm like, bro, I don't remember this.
I like that though because I feel like it's so easy to default to this game is like this game retells the story of whatever. Like I think there's games that do that really well and they become like the definitive way to experience a story. Like I think
Like Kakarot?
yeah, maybe like Kakarot. I haven't completely played Kakarot, but I think that's what it's like. I was gonna say like Naruto Ultimate Ninja or Ultimate Ninja Storm. Those games,
Mhm.
I think those games are a better way to experience the story of Naruto than the actual anime, to be honest.
You are
I
wilding
am
out
not.
right now.
I am not
You're
wilding.
wilding out right now. Dead ass.
Whenever we start doing our mini episodes where we have to like react, where we're gonna like react to stuff, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to watch some of these fucking cutscenes from this game with me because they are fucking insane and look better than the anime most of the times.
Is it okay? I've watched Naruto like twice. I'll be honest. That I'll be vulnerable right now.
Yeah,
I have not touched grass. That's okay.
that's fine.
But I don't play Ninja Storm because I don't like arena fighters, but I think my disdain for them comes from childhood memories of being salty. If I'm gonna be like as reflective as possible,
Uh,
so I want to eventually go back and play with them. Which would be faster in your opinion, rewatching Naruto or just playing through the
I
games?
think playing through Ninja Storm games would be more fun and more immersive than watching the show again. If you're gonna
Well,
do anything, do not watch the
yeah.
show. Either read the manga in color or play the Ninja Storm games.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking a little off topic, but I mean still on topic because it's like
Right.
manga or whatever. But we were talking about like how much you enjoy rereading or just reading through manga in color.
It really depends on the manga, but usually it
Hmm.
makes the experience so much better. I read through like over half of One Piece in color, and I read through JoJo Part 6, 7, and 8 all in color. Bro, once you go off black, it's hard to go back. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds wild. Bro. Okay, I know what you're saying.
No, really though, like think of like if you're out there and you read manga,
Hmm.
um think about it like think about sorry.
I
I'll,
was like,
I'll cut that part out. If you read manga and there's like a series that you really want to re-experience, I would say go back and reread it in color and it will completely change your experience.
I'm wondering because I am the type of person to start reading something, be like, damn, this is good, and then put it down and never pick it up again. So I'm wondering if color would be like the final nail in the coffin to give me the stick with a series or not. I want to read Kingdom, but I want to read it in color low key. I don't know if that's even like available.
It is not. It's not a thing.
It is not? Well,
If
that's tough.
if there is a Kingdom manga online that's in color, it would definitely be like a fan project. I don't think because a lot of big stuff like the big three, they have official coloring. And
Oh,
Dragon
that's
Ball
okay.
are like officially done in color. All the JoJo ones are fan made, but
Mhm.
that's just because JoJo fans are crazy.
That's true. They are indeed crazy. Like batshit insane. You included.
I'm
You're
not
not
crazy.
excluded.
I'm probably like the most average person of all time.
Do you say see audience, he says stuff like this, but it's because he underplays his uniqueness as an individual. Not many people will go on public record and say they fuck Donkey Kong, but he did. In
Did
fact, it's
not say
recorded.
that.
So I swear to God, you did.
No, I
I
did
swear to God.
not. Go back and watch
Listen,
the spicy video, the spicy video game pro tag tier list video. I did not say that. There's no
you were
fucking
in
way.
the trenches with me. Yes, you were. You pulled up the picture of his mouth on record. All right, we're off topic. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What
Okay,
are you
well, you have to
talking
have
about?
something other than that. What's a game that has not even been announced that you're like you want to see be a thing? Like, what's your
Dude,
if you were head of whatever corporation you wanted to be head of? What's your
mhm.
game pick? Like, what's your pitch? Like, I want this game in this style. Have it on my desk by Friday.
Okay. Here's what I want. I want a Hold on, I'm going through my Discord because you have it written down actually. I want an SMT game with like slot machine that have the. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. In all seriousness, I'm a huge fan of RPGs in general, but in particular action RPGs. I think there's something way more compelling about being able to actually like move the character around mid combat, but to still see numbers go up because I'm a fucking degenerate. So I want an action RPG, open world, but I want it condensed, like a basically like a Yakuza game, but set in like I don't know, like some fantasy world, some high fantasy or sci-fi world or some shit. Because I really like the Yakuza series,
Mhm.
but they're beat 'em ups. You know what I mean? They're more beat 'em ups than like role playing games.
Right.
So give me that shit. Just give me the level of detail that a Yakuza game has, and then give me action RPG elements, like Kingdom Hearts type gameplay. That's what I want. I'd pay money. I'd do questionable things for that.
There's really is something magical about the first Kingdom Hearts game.
There is. I think it has. It helps that it has that type of voice acting where they say something and it sounds so corny that I can't help but laugh and enjoy it. Oh
What would
man,
I pitch?
what would you pitch?
That is tough.
You asked me the question.
I know. Hold on. Oh, you know what I've always wanted? I want a Monster Hunter X Pokemon type game. That has been
Ooh,
my
that.
dream for such a long time. Ever since I played Monster Hunter for the first time, I was
Mhm.
always like, this would make an amazing Pokemon spinoff. Like
So like, wait,
fighting.
wait, wait, wait.
Okay,
Like
imagine
turn based or like actual like still action.
like action RPG.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So imagine you're like playing Monster Hunter style where you're going out and fighting against, whatever the fuck. You're fighting against like Tyranitar or something. And they're
Yeah.
huge. Kind of like Legends Arceus type, but not really.
Hmm.
So you're fighting using like the parts from like other Pokemon. And it's literally just a Monster Hunter clone, but you're using Pokemon parts. And you could also like I don't know, they could like think of some dumb magic bullshit way so that it's not like you're actually like cutting up and carving Pokemon or something. Because I know that's the only reason why they wouldn't do something like that, right? Because it's not like
Dude,
PG, the implications.
speaking of like cutting up Pokemon, have you? That's wild. Have you seen the videos or like the TikToks or whatever of like people cooking Pokemon? It's like
No.
anime. Have you not
Oh,
seen?
I
Okay,
have I have seen the Chikorita one.
you
I've seen.
have. You seen the Chikorita one? There's other ones.
Is
Uh,
there?
There's,
We'll have
there's a
to
Charmander.
react to
There's
that on another. We're
oh
gonna
god.
someone's gonna have to go. It's gonna be you. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to go
Oh,
back and watch through. Um, you're gonna have to go back and then watch all the old podcasts, and you're gonna have to pick like all the videos that we said we would watch,
yeah.
and we're
Bruh,
gonna have to watch all of them like one after another.
fucking that. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, getting back to like the game you would pitch. I think it's crazy that you pitched that because I guess if I had a second option, I would want like a monster collecting game like Pokemon, but I want to like play as like the like when we battle, I don't want a turn base. I want it like Pokken tournament or some shit. or like an action RPG. You
Mm,
play as the monster.
like
So like
like Castlevania, like how when you're Alucard, you can use the actual like monster's abilities and stuff.
yeah, except like your character doesn't like learn it. Like you get gifted a first monster, and then you work your way up to fighting other monsters with that monster and like catching them and shit.
Mm.
I just, bro, I want. It's crazy. Now I think about it, I think I just want a fighting game, but with a better story mode. That sounds like what I want. With a better single
I've always
player.
thought about an RPG fighting game where like you're playing through the story mode, and instead of the common turn-based RPGs, you're doing like full-on fighting game battles, and you can like have skill trees to change your move set and stuff, and your party
Oh,
members fight differently.
you're not gonna like the answer to this, but that already exists.
What is that?
That exact is right here.
Oh,
I'm not even like the story mode is.
explain to them what you just put in my face.
Come on. Okay, so if I haven't played it, but I have seen a review of it. So in them fighting herds, I believe the single player is just literally an RPG where like you have a world map like Dragon Quest, and you level up and you unlock moves to switch in and out. And anytime you get like a random encounter, it's like you go into the fighting game aspect of it. Like you go into a fight.
I no longer
And
want this to be a thing.
you were saying it, I'm like, oh, he's not gonna like this answer I have.
It's so funny. So, Mark, who was on the previous episode, go watch that. Third time referencing something for you to go watch.
Just watch our
Just
content.
watch our content, please. Mark, who was on the previous episode, actually is involved in tournament hosting for fighting games.
Oh my god!
He volunteers for tournaments and shit. Like, he works with like tournament operators. TO. Yeah, exactly. Basically, he's a TO.
Yeah.
And
bro,
and one of the brackets in the events that he is like operates or is a part of operating is this fucking pony fighting game. And apparently, according to him, that is where the smelliest, roundest dudes are.
Yeah, I guess so, bro. I gotta be real. I don't even know if the game's good. If the game's good, I'm not gonna judge. I saw I saw FGC like YouTubers playing it and they had a lot of fun.
Remember, this is not accusational, this is observational.
This is observational. We're just giving the statistics or the anecdotal evidence. We're not making any conclusions off of it.
Yeah, correct. If you are a pony boy, that is good for you. If you're a pony girl, just as well. That is good for you.
Just as well.
In fact,
but
David, who will be on a future episode, go watch that if it came out.
Why are you exposing them like that?
David used to be a brony.
He used to be. He still is. What are you
Possibly still is. I don't know the extent to which he consumes My Little Pony content, but
he never turned in his card.
Okay, there are some normal people who are bronies.
There definitely is. I mean, the show ended. Like,
I got to be honest with you. No hate to any of you bronies out there.
Oh no! If he says that,
or Pegasus sisters, or that, I believe that is the other term.
Yes, I think so.
Some of y'all look like they press random on the character creator.
Bro,
I'm so sorry, but it's true.
You can't say no hate to y'all and then say something like
it's no hate. Like, do your thing, but like no hate on you.
This sounds like the classic situation of tolerance versus acceptance. You know, he's tolerating. You're tolerating their existence. You're not accepting. That's what this sounds like. You just said some of them look like they hit random on character creator, bro.
I love all of you equally.
That's a lie. Go ahead.
I love all of you equally, but some of you guys need to 1, put on deodorant, 2, take a shower, and 3, buy some nice clothes. Okay,
we can't be talking shit because we were literally in the Smash community.
No.
So I'm not.
I do not miss. I do not miss a day's shower. I do not miss a day's deodorant.
No. We don't. But we're still, unfortunately, we are still throwing stones.
Well, here, this is what I'm saying. As a member of a community, you do not need to be. You do not need to you do not need to become the statistic, right?
That's I've only ever heard that phrase when I'm in like a school meeting in like my all black school, and they're like, "Hey, kids, you don't need to become sisters. Don't do gang violence." Why do you use that word? You talk about them like they are this marginalized community, bad actors, bro. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue your thought process. Go
Um,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Uh, Legit though, like if okay, it is very hard to say this because a lot of people who aren't aware, usually one, don't care, and two, are not aware. So
True.
it's like if you don't know this is you, then that's tough. But take a look in the mirror. Make sure I'm saying I love you guys. So anyone that's watching this, I love you,
Oh.
and I'm looking out for you, and I want you to get some bitches. Okay, so
What the
so first of all, number one, keep up the hygiene,
fuck?
man. Brush your teeth, put on
Tell
some
them.
deodorant, take a shower
Yep,
every
yep. Tell
day. Do that shit, please.
them. No exceptions.
No
Don't be like,
exceptions.
oh, I'm tired today.
Oh,
No, no,
I
no, no,
gotta
no,
go to DashCon. No, you gotta
no.
brush your teeth.
Gotta go to Dash. You're disrespectful. Ah. What's number two? What's number two?
um, Number two, be cool, man. Be yourself.
Are
Uh,
you sure that's not part of the problem though?
no, because you can still be yourself and brush your teeth.
That's true. That's what if their true self is like they don't like fluoride, so they don't like fluoride alternatives either, so they're never gonna brush their teeth. What then? What happens then, man? I met someone like that too, so don't say like this is unrealistic. I've met a human being who has those opinions.
Wait, repeat. I got lost in the
What?
sauce. Say it one more time.
Never mind. Never mind. No, no, no.
Oh,
What's
wait,
part three?
please.
No, what's part three? What's part three? No, 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 no.
What's part three? Play Street Fighter 6 when it comes out.
All right. So okay. All
No,
right.
no. Honestly, though, I think it's good that people are so passionate about what they like.
I wish I was half as passionate about things I need to be passionate about that they are about like whatever the fuck there is they're passionate about. You know what I mean? Like I get like not jealous, but like not envy, but I get I long I when I see people like super into something, I'm like, oh man, I wish that was me about something, you know?
hmm
It
I
seems so blissful.
I think the best. I don't remember where I heard this from, but there was someone that I think I respect that said this. I think
I think I respect that said this.
you ever have that like you can hear someone's voice in your brain and what they said, but you have no idea who the fuck it was.
Yes, I do.
I think it was a stand up.
Mhm.
Oh, I know who it was. It was George Lopez during his stand up special. He
Okay. Oh,
said,
okay.
"Live the way that you did. Do the things
Uh-huh.
that do the things that you did that made you happy when you were a kid, and you will never be sad."
What? No, I was gonna make a really distasteful joke. Yes,
So,
I agree with that.
like,
I agree with
I
that.
think the essence to take from that is like be youthful and enjoy what you enjoy, and usually that comes from your childhood. But I think it's important to want to like be yourself, and I think it's important to embrace that without, I mean, with a little bit of awareness. Be aware, but
It
I
does. It does remind me of that quote that I don't know if it's Louis C.K. or whatever. The dude who wrote
oh
Chronicles of Narnia said
Louis
and
C.K.
no, not chill, chill, not that deep. The dude who wrote Chronicles of Narnia, I believe it was him. He made a quote that was similar. It's like the paraphrase: the person who obsesses over the aesthetic of adult maturity or adulthood is the immature one. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
if you hate on someone because in your view what they like is childish, then that's something a kid that's something a kid would worry about. If you're so worried about appearing adult-ish, quote unquote, you know what I mean? Like real adults don't care. Like that's really childish to
Right.
care about that.
Like the dude sitting next to you in the office. is not gonna give a fuck whether I like Dragon Ball or not.
Right, because he's an adult. Like, he doesn't care. Like, why should he care?
He's worried about paying his bills.
Paying his bills and beating his bitches. Okay.
You got anything else you wanna talk about?
Bro, okay, no, you paused. Sometimes you pause and I'm like, I'm not sure if you want to keep talking or not.
Well, I kind of ran out of gas on this whole thing of bronies. I can't talk
Bro, how
that
do
long
we
for
talk
bronies.
about? Okay, let's be real.
Okay.
I feel like it's the hallmark of a successful podcast is ending off the end of the podcast and not knowing you got there. You know what I mean? So as far as far as I'm concerned, we're winning, bro. We're up. I'm up, man. I'm up.
Oh. Okay. Every past week I've been giving recommendations on something to go check out. This week I'll let you step up on the plate.
Oh, that's crazy because I just got done writing my article. Yo, Heike, if you are, I do view video games in the same way I view books because I am an avid reader and I do write a lot. And when it's, at least when we're recording this, 12:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time,
Yeah.
12/19/2022, the prime meridian with Aries and Ascendant. If you are watching during the winter season, I have some RPGs I would recommend. To be real with you, I think a good RPG is like a good book. Like you can like lay in your bed and get cozy and just like play the game at your own pace.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in the mood for that, the 5 I would recommend if you haven't played these is Earthbound, Persona 4 Golden. You gotta give that a chance.
Ooh, good pick.
Yeah, especially because Golden really gives off that cozy vibe because it's the social link mechanic.
Right.
You know, I really do. Yeah, I really do feel like I remember times I'm hanging out with you guys when I play that game.
That's exactly the vibe that it gives.
Yes, bro. SMT Nocturne remastered. Don't play the original. Play the remastered because I know you're not built for it. It's okay. Play the remastered on easy. Undertale and then Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of Elusive Age. Those are solid RPGs.
I second all picks. Listen to the man.
Please do. Please, if you like RPGs, while it's cold outside, you can snuggle up. Play these bitches, bro. Give them a chance. Come on.
Ain't no one about to be playing these bitches more than you. About to be. Okay.
Hey, bro. Yeah, I mean,
and if you're not listening to this during Christmas, if someone's listening to this during when it's hot, what should they play?
If you're watching this in summertime, I think.
If you're watching this during spring or fall, go fuck yourself. What do you? Actually, no. We'll do every season for you. So we got the winter ones out of the way. What's summer? Give us some summer picks.
In summer,
I'll do spring and fall.
Okay, good. Because I have to say, bro, you cannot do all. But for summer, man, for me, I've experienced the summer where we're at without AC, like we couldn't afford it, and that shit is hot, and I don't want to play no RPG. So I usually play like action or platform. So for me, it's easily any Mario game. I would prefer Sunshine because it's summer.
Ooh, great pick.
Play Sunshine if that's your cup of tea. If not Sunshine, go ahead and play a character action game. I recommend Bayonetta as the first or second one. You can't go wrong. Third one, it's out. Play Bayonetta. If not Bayonetta, if that's a little too hard for you, go ahead and pop on The Legend of Zelda. You know, there's still some action in the game, but there's still puzzles. Also, it's not slow as fuck. Don't play Twilight Princess. You will die a heat stroke before you get through that introduction, that beginning. Play like Breath of the Wild. Play I don't want to say Wind Waker, bro. Play Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask 3DS version if you can.
Oh, Wind Waker for the summer.
For the summer, yes, but like that Triforce. You not play whichever one you want. I leave it to viewers' discretion. Viewers' discretion is about.
Okay.
Play Pikmin.
No.
And then that's it.
That was my pick for spring.
That was your pick? You fucks.
For spring, that was my spring pick, man. Why you steal it?
It's more of a spring pick. You're right.
Okay. My games to play in the spring.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I would recommend Pikmin. I think Pikmin is probably the best game series to play in the spring. It's all about nature. It's all about, it really is like that good feeling. And if you want a game that has a similar feel, I would say Flower is another good one for springtime.
Ooh.
But if that's not what you're looking for, I know spring is a lot of new beginnings for some people. I would say try something new that you've never tried before, in spring. I think spring is the time for people to try a brand new genre. So if there's a game genre out there that you've never played that you wanted to try out, I would say try it in the spring.
Okay. I gotta be honest with you, bro. I'm surprised you didn't say Animal Crossing. You didn't say Chibi Robo, some spring cleaning.
I was going to pick those for my fall picks. I think fall picks...
Why in fall?
Okay,
that's interesting.
I think fall is a great time for slice of life games.
Really? Wait,
so Stardew Valley, Terraria, Minecraft, Animal Crossing. Well, some stuff that you could, hang around with the friends and just chill and play. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'll go off your ass. Yes, I
agree.
I don't know why I'm so hard.
I would recommend Animal Crossing, Chibi Robo, Terraria, Minecraft, Stardew Valley for the fall. Something relaxed, something not as action-packed as the summer. In the summer, you want to play some shit that'll get you going. Some shit that you'll look out at the sun and be like, fuck.
I'm not going outside. Fuck that.
Yeah, that would be my recommendation for fall picks. I don't know of any specific games that take place like specifically within the fall, but if there are games that take place within a specific season, I do recommend it. Recently, Mark and I just started playing Miles Morales together, and that game takes place during Christmas time, and we are 5 days out from Christmas almost.
Jesus Christ, don't say that. The year's going by so fast.
It is Jesus Christ's birthday.
Yeah, you're right. Anyways.
So what happened in the 6-day gap before Christ and his birthday?
You're bugging. Good night.
Wait. Because when it hit 0 BC, right? Like it hit 0. Mm-hmm. Because there is no 0 BC. There's only 1 BC.
Don't do this.
And then it's 0 AD. So in the theory of
don't do this.
Of Catholicism, Roman Catholicism. I'm kidding.
What? I was like, bro, wait.
Thanks for listening to our bullshit. If you play FGC, enjoy it. If you don't,
if you want to hear more,
then go play FGC.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Bro, if you want more of these dumbass conversations, please check out our main channel. It's a little more edited. It's more main, fast-paced. But if you liked hearing us talk, I think you like the rest of the crew.
Yeah, of course. And we'll continue pushing out podcasts every week or 2 weeks. So you'll see us here. You'll see us there. You'll see us everywhere.
Underneath your bed, bro, in your closet.
Yep.
We're there, staring, waiting.
It's a little bit dusty down here. You need to clean this shit.
You need to clean this shit up, bro. I can't wait for spring. Dirty ass.
Anyways, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We'll see you in the next one. And what was that thing? I always forget the thing that you say to close it out.
I hope you guys have yourselves a damn good one.
What he said.